had the fields plowed yesterday. Well, the one field that we installed a drainage system on in order to improve the quality of the grass. And now we are also re-sowing this one field. I was seriously considering doing it like the permaculture way, the typical Joel Salatin method, but I'm going to try that on other areas, and it will be interesting actually to see how they compare. Now for this field, I want to be able to harvest high quality hay next year. So that's the reason why I'm doing it the traditional way. But it's interesting actually, because the soil has been really compacted since it's been untouched for many years. And now you can actually see what the soil is like. And it's very sandy. It's a good boy. Yes. Boop. So it will be interesting to see what becomes of this. We're going to have the field, what do you call it? Harrowed this weekend, and then next week we are sowing new seeds. And I put together a custom mix of seeds, which we will be going through later. But the main principle for me was to have as much ecological seeds as possible, and also to have a bunch of herbs and insert the right term here, and also some flowers. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to be good for the sheep and also for the wildlife. Hey Mo. I'm in the forest here to gather some fence poles that have been left behind. Looks like we can do a little fix at the same time. Here they are. Ugh. They're a bit slimy. Meh. It's the same design as the t-shirt I've been wearing, and some of you asked me about it. So I am currently looking into making it available for you guys to order. That's such a cool thought that, 11 will be out there in the world on people's mugs and t-shirts. And I'm working on maybe adding a design as well. Should be the tractor dance design, shouldn't it? Anyway, I'm here taking a little break from the fencing project, and I wanted to update you on the fox debacle. There's been a development. I came home from work the other evening. It was around 9 p.m. and I let the dogs out. And Toby, he's a very kind of visual dog, but the other two are very smelly. they're very smell triggered. So I noticed straight away that they noticed that there was something around that shouldn't be there. And some kind of wild animal. I know how to read them well enough to know. But I couldn't tell whether it was the fox or a deer or a wild cat or whatever. But they kept showing a lot of interest around the chicken run and the chicken coop and the part of the barn where the chicken coop is located inside. And I went in and I checked the chicken coop. The chickens were fine. Checked the chicken run, nothing there. But the dogs were still adamant that something was going on. So I put them back in the house and got out my shotgun, just in case. My dogs just alerted me that the fox was under the chicken coop again. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough battery on the phone to video with a flashlight, but I had enough battery left to operate the flashlight alone. So since he had been underneath the chicken coop, like digging his way underneath there, so I got on my stomach and had a look under the chicken coop. And there he was. Now we had him cornered. So I shot him. And he passed instantly. And it's not a fun thing to do. Once he was down, I couldn't actually reach him. So I had to go inside the chicken coop and tear up a plank where he previously had been digging. And I had to fish him out that way. And he was very dead, and it was indeed a he, and it was indeed a fox. I absolutely understand those of you who thought it was something else because of the method his MO, if you will, where he just kills everything and hardly eats any of it. So yeah, now we will see if he was acting alone or if he is part of a group. But I feel hopeful that it's the last of it for a little while. He looked kind of... It didn't look like he had mange, but maybe he had it. The fur was very shaggy and yeah, he didn't look great. And so yeah, now he's buried with his chickens. How about that?